Okay, so today I'm gonna talk about a controversial topic, or a topic that nobody really wants to talk about, and that's SPM. Man, did he do it? I think he did, and I'm gonna tell you why. And but before I tell you why I think he did it, um, I want to tell you how I got introduced to SPM. So I live south of Houston, in Galveston, and I'm born and raised. And growing up, I didn't listen to music, like at least not in elementary school. Um, I really started listening to music when I was in middle school around 2001. I was in the seventh grade. That's when I kind of started to take and pay attention more to what was on MTV, and mainly because I didn't want to feel like left out when other kids talked about music. And somebody mentioned SPM. Actually, a couple people mentioned him, and I've never even heard of him. And I'm Mexican American, and the school that I'm going to is like primarily white, and these white kids, like nerdy white kids, were like singing some of his song, and they thought that I was a fan of his because I'm Mexican American, and I had never heard of him, had no idea who he was, couldn't name you a song. And they would sing this song called "Merry Go Round Past the Sweet," so I was just like, I wonder who that is, I didn't have internet, so couldn't just Google stuff. So, anyways, I paid no attention for a minute. Some time would pass, and my sister ended up getting pregnant by some dude, my brother-in-law, and he was a young dude. My sister was like maybe, I don't know, like 6 years older than me, or around there, and so he came and moved into into the house, or it started hanging out a lot more, and he had a bunch of CDs. I didn't really listen to CDs. I never had a CD player or a system or anything. Again, music really wasn't my thing, and he had CDs and we call them boom boxes, like a radio. Nothing but rap. Well, yeah, mostly all rap, and that's when I got introduced really into his music. He had one of his albums. The album was called Third Wish, to rock the world. I played that album, and I was like just blown away. I was like, this is freaking good music. At that time I thought, I was like, man, this is the best rapper ever. He's the only other rapper that I kind of knew was Eminem. Didn't know anybody, really didn't know no Houston rappers, no other mainstream rappers, just Eminem. That when it came to rap, that's the only thing that came to mind. And so I listened to this, and I'm like, damn, this is freaking way better than anything I've ever heard. Because Eminem, he's one of my favorite rappers, but a lot of his music is not relatable. And what I mean is, I can't relate to the same things he's going on. Woman problems and mom problems, and other stuff. So when SPN started singing, I could relate to his music. It was like, hey, look, growing up Mexican American, broke, it sounded relatable, and then kind of the hood life. This is really when I started getting more hood for like a few years, and his music was part of it, but also just the people that started coming around the house more. Like I said, my sister's husband or ex-husband, and whoever they would bring around, and they only brought around usually hood people. So I kind of started getting to the gang banging, the dressing like a hood like a hoodlum, and listening to rap. And I thought this is one of the greatest rappers ever. Not just greatest Mexican American rapper, but just the greatest. And what was cool too was that my neighbor was part of his group, part of Dope House Records. My neighbor is Angela Perez. So I grew up on 63rd Street in Galveston. She lived like catty corner, almost to where my house was, and she was part of his group. She was my sister's my sister's friend. They would all hang out and get high and stuff. So I was like, oh man, that's even cooler. This dude who's freaking amazing, has great music. I got somebody that I know that is in his group, and I was like, man, this is awesome. We had like a house party, a pay-per-view party one time, for like wrestling, and at one of my sister's house, and Powder showed up, and I was like, oh cool, I wish I could get your autograph. She goes, oh, she pulled out a poster of this album, and called I think it was called Reveille Park, and signed it. And I was like, I put that in my school locker. I was like, man, this is awesome. And so I don't know if she gave me the album or I bought it soon after. But I was like, man, this is amazing. And then everything went south, because like I said, the internet wasn't a thing really. I mean, computers existed, but I didn't have a computer at the house. And we had computers in school, but Google wasn't a thing, and I don't know, YouTube wasn't a thing. You really didn't go on there to look for stuff. At least I didn't. So I didn't know about the allegations at all at this time. So here I am thinking, this is great music, greatest person ever. And then somebody goes and tells me, you listen to the child molester? And one of my classmates. And I was like, what are you talking about? Child molester. And he says, yeah, SPM. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And then another person goes, nah, he didn't do it. And then they started talking back and forth. And I was like, what's going on? And then later, eventually, I saw on the news that there was allegations, and then that's when, like I said, I didn't know about it, and I was just like heartbroken. I was like, man, this sucks, because I really like this music. Like I said, I think he's one of the best, and now I feel like embarrassed. Man, someone that you're so fond of is a freaking what do you call it, a pedophile. And it was like, nah, everybody, nowadays, people don't talk about it. Like most Mexican Americans I know, they don't play his music. And it used to be, his music was played like at bars and clubs. Like it was popular, with against all the raza, Now nobody even thinks of playing it. And the people who think about it, the people who do play it, they're in the back of their head, oh man, I hope nobody says shit. I don't want to have to argue about, about his case and all this. I think I just like the music. So it's like, all right, so the argument is, did he do it or is he innocent? And the problem with being innocent is, let's say you are innocent. Let's say he was innocent. He's a dumbass for putting himself in a situation of just in any situation like this. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, he was gonna pick up one of the neighbor's girls and drop her off at his house so she could play with his daughter. And he asked me, "Hey, come with me." And I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm like, "Dude, you do it. It's your kid." He goes, "No, man, I need you in the ride." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Because I can't have the perception of having I'm picking up this little white girl, and it's like you get in here, that way I don't want any sort of a sort of allegation, And I was like way younger, and I got what he was saying. It's like it looks weird when an adult hangs out with any kid, even if they're like, hey, they're giving them a ride to, I don't know. It's like the whole thing with Michael Jackson hanging out with kids. It's just it looks weird, and if something were an allegation were to come out, even if you're innocent, it's like, dude, CYA, man, like put cameras everywhere, so and never have a rule that you're always with a group of people, that way that no one can ever bring an accusation, cover your ass, basically. So if he's innocent, he's a dumbass. Now, in all likelihood, I think he did it, and the reason why is I've seen, man, his type. His type is the type of dude that gets fucked up, that get loaded, and they're always horny, they're like woman chasers, they're always looking for the next piece of ass, and then he's always fucked up, he's always horny, so if he were around anyone who's passed out or whatnot, or if he's taking care of, like I said in this scenario, I heard he was taking care of a neighbor's kid, or they were at his house. They were having a sleepover. I could see this dude being drunk and horny and high and just do some shady stuff, It's believable in my eyes, and I hate to say it, because like I said, for a long time I would say, nah, he didn't do it. I still bought more of his albums, and I still played his music for years and years, and then just like I said, the older I got, and it's just like, I don't know, it just, the more times I've met with people just like him, I was like, yeah, the dude did it. I mean, it's so just, I don't know, believable that it did happen. So now I'm in this dilemma. It's like separating the art from the artist. And honestly, I don't listen to his music or anything like past. Like the last album was really the last violinist, and that's barely. I didn't buy that one. I bought I bought it the one before that. I think it was the one he made, the first one he made when he was in prison. I bought that one and that was it. And I rocked with him for, I want to say till 2009, 2010. It's like when I kind of just like, it's the dude did it. I could definitely see him as a predator, and I don't know. So, what do you think deep down? You think he did it, or you think he's innocent?